single month, celebrating the Liverpool Warriors and being here with Liverpool right down the street. You can literally stand at the corner here of Route 57 Wetzel Road and see Liverpool High School from Avicolli, 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York, every single month here with Liverpool. And we have the football team back. This is the playoff edition, 2024 Section 3 Class AA postseason. And our final set here is with head coach Joe Sindoni and his daughter, Miss Giuliana Sindoni. Please give them a round of applause. Show them some love. Giuliana, I finally have you here on the air, so we're going to go right to you first. Okay? Tell me something I don't know about your brother John.
I don't know what to say that won't get him in trouble, so...
Okay. You guys are twins, though, right? Mm-hmm. So, can you read each other's minds?
Sometimes. Everybody asks us that.
So, like...
It's more like I know what he's going to do before he does it, not as much as I can read his mind.
When you know what he's going to do before he does it, is it typically good or is it stupid?
I'd like to say 50-50, but it's not always the case, so...
Okay. If one of you, like if there's something wrong with one of you, can the other one feel it? Like
No.
if somebody's in trouble or something like that?
Actually, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. If we're in trouble with him, we kind of...
You
Yeah.
kind of know?
Yeah.
Who gets in trouble more with your dad, you or John?
John.
John?
John, yeah.
What's the ratio? 5 to 1, 2 to 1, 10 to 1 that your brother gets in trouble over you?
Like 10 to 1, maybe.
10 to 1? Would you consider yourself your father's favorite?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Coach. I'm going to get the mic back to you.
John.
Do you believe that they can read each other's minds?
Yeah, sometimes I think they're sharing the same brain,
Okay.
which makes it easier, I think. But they certainly are pretty well in tune with each other. There's no two ways about that.
Who has the right brain and who has the left?
I don't know that either one of them has the right brain.
Fair enough. Do you agree that John gets in trouble more than Giuliana?
Today's probably a bad day to ask me that because John had a rough practice with me today.
Okay.
But I think Giuliana looks for it with me a little bit more.
Okay.
John's smart enough to stay away from me. Giuliana, she brings it out of me sometimes intentionally.
Okay. How does she get you to react? What does she do?
She is very good at pushing my buttons.
Okay.
And she knows she's doing it.
Okay. Giuliana, do you know what buttons to push when you want a reaction?
Yes.
Why do you push them?
It's entertainment.
That's the question.
It's funny. It's funny.
Entertainment and it's funny. See, really what this is this last set is not football. This is an Italian family intervention.
Yes.
That's what this is right now.
Yes.
Coming from an Italian-Spanish family, which is very similar in culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, Giuliana, how would you describe your role on this team? You've done 50 different things, so how would you describe yourself in connection to Liverpool football?
Well, some of the kids like to describe me as like team sister, so I kind of just do whatever he tells me to do. So it's more whatever needs to be done. I try and help, but
You've taken pictures, video.
yeah,
So you run the social media.
yeah,
You've taped ankles.
yeah.
It seems like you're going to have a lot of things on your resume when you move forward in life.
I think so. Yeah.
Do
Good
you
amount.
feel like this has been a blessing in that sense?
Yes, 100%.
Why did you decide to help the team in so many ways?
So a few years ago, I tore my ACL and was out for athletics for almost a whole year. So I just started going with them to practice to kind of give me something to do, and it became something I really enjoyed, and I enjoy being around the kids, and they've all become like they become like sort of more 50 other siblings that I have to hang out with, and I just like going and seeing them.
You said that they call you the team sister.
Yeah.
How important is that kind of nicknamed for you. It seems like something special there.
Yeah, I feel really lucky that I get to spend time with them. I think I've seen them every day since June, spend hours, and it's really, I don't know, I feel lucky that I get to be a part of their team and what they're doing this year especially.
Don't be mad at me for doing this. Can we show Giuliana some love? Clap it up for Giuliana. Coach, what has it meant to you that Giuliana has agreed to do so many things for this team and help the team in practice, help the team in a game, be there for moral support, positivity, run the social media? I mean, to have her be a Swiss Army knife for this team means what to you?
It's been great. It has. I get to spend a lot of time with my kids, and most of the time that's a really great thing. And then there's times when I question what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But she videotapes practice. She uploads it to Huddle. She if we need help with water, we need help with this, we need help with that, she just does it. It's been great having someone that does that, but then it's actually been even better because I'm getting to spend more time with my kids, not just my son, but now I get to spend time with both of my twins. So it's been a very good thing most days.
Well, and most parents don't get to do this. Normally their profession takes them away from their children.
Yep.
How blessed do you feel you are that your profession actually gives you more time with your kids?
I'm lucky and I enjoy it. And this part of it with her has kind of been unexpected. John and I, this was something that we had wanted to do since he was a little boy coming to my practices. But for her to be part of this, that's been like the icing on top. It's been a blessing for the most part. It really has.
Tell me something good about Giuliana.
Oh, you're killing me here. She's one of those people, and I think she interacts better with the adults even than the kids, but she just gets it talking to people. She knows how to treat people. She knows how to interact with people. I trust her implicitly, even having conversations with adults or having, I don't always feel that way about, the knucklehead football kids on the team, although some of them are good. But her, I can throw her in any situation, and I trust that she's going to handle it the right way.
Giuliana, those are big words. Tell me something good about Pops.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I was thinking about this when you asked, who did you ask? Dom, I think, when you asked him that.
Yeah.
No, I have a list, I just don't know. I can't, just let me think. Sorry.
It's a little hurtful. It gets a little hurtful at this point.
Probably the way he advocates for me and my siblings and my mom, whether that's in life, school, sports. And he gives really good advice, believe it or not. Kills me to say, but gives good advice.
I'm really glad this just happened.
What's the best piece of advice he's ever given you?
I don't know, like probably to be comfortable, like being alone, like being comfortable being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
basically. So
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
yeah.
And it's some of the best advice. Most people in life cannot function unless they're around somebody, with somebody. When you're alone, you know your weaknesses, you know your strengths, and you learn how to handle them. You learn how to grow from them. You learn how to evolve, and you learn that happiness comes from the inside out. So that's good advice from you, Dad. Really good advice. You guys, and John and I didn't talk about this, but you guys went through something a few months ago. You had an accident, right?
Yeah.
Yep, we did.
And totaled the car, right?
Almost got through the first tank of gas. It was brand new.
Yeah. What did that moment do for you as a family to remind you about time being precious and all that?
Well, I wear my seatbelt all the time now. And she gets on me when I don't, and I can't even argue back with her. It was a little scary, and it certainly makes you appreciate what you have and every moment that you have, and You know, you never know. I mean, that car came out of nowhere and turned right into us, and there was nothing anybody could do about it. Thankfully, we had seatbelts on and we had airbags, but John got tossed around a little bit, but he can take it. She and I had seatbelts on, but you never know when that's going to happen. So, I think live in the moment, enjoy the moments that you have, and because you don't know what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, great advice. Let's play some rapid fire.
Let's do
Coach,
that.
what do you got for me?
I had a list over there. Colonial or ranch?
Probably a ranch. I've always wanted I've always liked the thought of having a wraparound ranch and like having swings outside seats. I just like the thought of having just like this whole outside where you can sit and essentially be in like all different angles of the house and just kind of hang out in the country.
Plus, when you get old, you don't have to go up and down stairs.
That's very true. My question back to you, Coach. What is the one food you can't live without? And what is the food that you wish never existed?
Boy, my problem with food is I like everything. It's a blessing and a curse.
Okay.
Food I can't live without.
Yes. Food you cannot live without.
I don't know. I'm gonna say just meat in general. I don't think
Okay.
I could ever be someone that didn't eat meat.
Okay. What can you live without? What would you get rid of? What would you erase?
I'd like to erase fast food and unhealthy food, so
Okay.
so it's not not there to tempt us. But that if I could erase something, it'd probably be fast food.
Okay. Good answer. Giuliana?
It's my turn to ask.
Yes, your turn to answer your question.
Okay. Favorite music genre and favorite singer or band in that genre.
Oh,
Genre means class of music, guys. It's an SAT word.
so I like so many different types of music. So this is very difficult. But if I had to, I'm going to say, I guess classic rock. And I'm going to say Phil Collins.
Oh,
Favorite song. My dad likes Phil Collins.
Favorite song?
big Phil Collins.
Best drum solo ever created, In the Air Tonight. Also, in 1985, the year I was born, Phil Collins came out with a song that in 2024 accurately describes how fickle people are and how people don't work through problems in relationships. So that song was made in 85, and in 2024, almost 40 years later, the song is Why Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore? And it's a really good song, and it speaks a lot of truth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Giuliana, if you could go on tour with any singer or band, who would you go on tour with, and why? If you say Taylor Swift, I'm ending the show early.
She actually went to see
I
Taylor
did.
Swift
I went
in
and
England.
saw Taylor Swift.
Oh, you saw her in England?
I went
All
in
right.
June, yeah.
Okay.
But
But-
that was more for our youngest, I think. She was just an entourage.
Okay.
It's gonna be country somebody.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm okay with
I
that.
was gonna say I love country music, so probably Morgan Wallen or
Okay.
what? Yeah, maybe a little bit of Zach. No. Yeah, Zach Brown Band. I go to all the country concerts here. I could probably pick any country singer that.
Okay. All right.
Jason Aldean, maybe. I'm a big Jason Aldean fan.
Do you have a favorite song? Country song?
That's hard. Probably. Right now, I think it's 98 Braves by Morgan Wallen. I think it's just always in my head.
Do you
so.
know that song?
I don't.
Tell them what it's about.
Yeah,
It's
tell me.
basically about the Braves who beat the Yankees in 1998 to win the World Series. I'm a Yankee fan, but
Did they beat the Yankees?
yeah.
Yeah. I grew up, my dad's a Yankees fan and my grandfather's a Yankees fan. So I grew up not disliking the not disliking the Red Sox. I grew up disliking the Braves because they were playing the Yankees in the World Series all the time. All right, Coach, back to you. Thank you for the answer. 98 Braves. I'm going to listen to it now. I like Morgan Wallen. Okay, what do you got?
Favorite adult beverage?
Favorite adult, I'm not really a drinker, but the way to get me to have a little bit of alcohol is to make it taste not like alcohol. And I like pina coladas and strawberry daiquiris together, which is called a Miami Vice.
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm all about Miami Vice. I got some nice Hawaiian shirts, got some white dress pants, so I feel like I look the Miami Vice part. I think I got the right glasses for it, so I'm going to pick the Miami Vice drink.
Okay.
Back to you, Coach. If you and I went on an all-expense paid trip anywhere in the world, we just decide as buddies to just get away, go anywhere. Where are we going?
Disney.
Disney?
Disney.
All right. What are we riding on? What's like?
We're hitting all. I mean, we're hitting all.
Okay. We're going to Disney and doing everything.
I mean, I used to take my kid. We've talked about this. I used to take my kids there every year,
Yeah.
and then they start playing sports during the winter break and the spring break, and can't do it anymore. But we used to go at it pretty hard going to Disney.
Favorite Disney ride?
I'm gonna say Tower of Terror.
See, and nobody will go on Tower of Terror with me, so you and I
love
can
Tower.
go on Tower
My
of Terror.
son, when he was 3, we were taking him on it. He was a nut.
Really?
Yeah,
Does he like it?
loves it. He used to come up when it would get to the top. He'd come up out of the seat, and he'd be like the seatbelt would be holding him in, but he'd be 12 inches up off the seat. No,
If-
it was a lot of fun.
If you sit in the front row, right where they open the door, if you sit right there, the ride feels even more exhilarating, like you're going to fall out,
Yes.
than it does in any other seat.
Agreed.
It's very cool.
Agreed.
All right, I like that. Good stuff. All right, Giuliana, you get the final question.
All right,
here.
Jules.
What you got for me?
All right. I just had one and it just left my brain. So,
That's okay.
what was I just gonna say?
It's all right. Today I
Oh,
brought my
I
dog
know.
to the vet, and I literally, for minutes, was like, I know I have something for you. Just let it work through, and I figured it out.
Let me think. Oh, would you rather travel to the future or back in the past?
Would I rather travel to the future or back in the past?
What kid is this?
I would rather go back to the past, and I'd rather be with my grandfathers. They passed away when I was 6. So I'd rather go right back there and see Pop Miller and Pop Cavino and hang out with them and get on the swing one more time. Go to my one grandfather took me to off-track betting and let me bet on horses. I'd go there again. So, yeah, I would go back to every moment with them. There is not a day that goes by that I don't think about them at least once. So, up in heaven, they know I love them. And in my studio, you can't see it. It's right in front of me, so it's behind my camera. Well, it's off to the right of my camera. I have one thing that represents my dad's dad and one thing that represents my mom's dad. And it's my grandfather, my grandpa Cavino, my mom's dad, his Navy hat from World War II. And then my grandpa Tortora that I call Pop Miller because he worked at Miller Brewing. When he retired, he had a forklift toy that was in his cake. And he took it out, and my grandmother said, "Don't you give him all that." And he had all the frosting on the wheels of it, and he handed it to me. And ever since then, those 2 possessions are with me everywhere I go. And they're always looking at me, reminding me to keep God first and always be who I am and not apologize for that. So my grandfathers still give me advice to this day. My question back to you, Giuliana. If you could, this could go a lot of different ways. If you could change anything about the world, not just the United States, the world,
We don't have time for this answer. She'll go all day with this.
that's okay. What would you change and why?
Oh boy. Keep it brief.
Dad, I don't know how to do that.
You could say whatever you want. It'll be better than a lot of leaders out there, I'll tell you that much.
Well, we'll stick to like United States because we just had an election last
Yeah.
night.
We did.
I'd say like like keeping your politics, your religion, your beliefs kind of to yourself. I think since people have started expressing and kind of shaming people for what they think or how they believe, it's kind of caused more issues in schools. And I don't know, I feel like it would just be better if everyone kept their beliefs and their opinions to themselves and worried about themselves and others.
Well, a lot of people lied about who they were voting for because they didn't want to be shamed for it.
Yeah.
So I think we should live in a society again where you can vote for somebody that someone else doesn't vote for. You don't have to lose a friend or a family member over it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put that.
I think that it's time to do that. I went on Facebook this morning and I saw things that people were posting, and I was just deleting stuff off of my Facebook feed, going like, "Why are you why are you doing this to people right now? Just be kind."
Yeah.
And it takes nothing to be kind. It is free to be kind. And I will tell you this, and I said this on my show today, whether you like who won or who didn't, whether you're on one side or the other, the only thing we can do now is work together.
Agreed.
So let's love each other, let's be good to each other, and let's act like we all came from the same maker. With that being said, for Giuliana, it has been my privilege because she has never done this before. So I'm very happy. And Giuliana, I'm going to tell you this, and I mean this, and it's just observation. It's your dad, and it's sitting here with you today. You have a very pure heart. You lead with good intentions. And I was told in this world that if you do those two things, you can't fail. You also have a very strong mind, and there's a lot of things about you that make me sit here and wonder, how can she be that age and be that type of person already? So you take that with you everywhere you go, and you continue to represent your family, yourself, and represent God, and remind God that every gift He's given you, you can give it back twofold. And you've done a lot of good things, and truly, to me, you are way ahead of the game. So you stay ahead of the game.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And for Coach Sindoni, so for Coach Sindoni and Giuliana, let's clap it up one more time for the family. You know where to be this Friday, November 8th at 6 p.m. It's right up the road. Come here for pizza, then go to the game. Or go to the game and then come here for pizza. Whatever you feel like doing.
You can do both.
Do both. And we appreciate the support of the Warriors as always. Get home safe. And as we end the shows, like I said before, God bless, no stress, do your best. You have a great night. Thank you to Avicolli, thank you to John Fratto and the team. And one more time for the Liverpool Warriors, let's give it up. Show them some love.